here we have a system of equations, and that might not be entirely easy to spot for everybody. So I would pause if it wasn't something that you spotted, and I would take the time to first understand why in this word problem the topic is a system. Okay, it's a system because you can see that there are two different items, and that's the first giveaway, is that there are hats and cupcakes. Okay, whenever you see that, you see that we're totaling things, right? Especially things that maybe cost something different or are weighed a different way, then we know that we are dealing with a system. And so I would say the topic in this one is the key, even just recognizing that it is a systems of equations problem. Okay, so in the fact, we have to know how to create a system from a word problem when we have those two unknowns. That's not easy to do. So we want to start here. If we have hats and cupcakes, okay, we can see that the hats are going to cost 3. So for every hat, we're going to have $3. And for every cupcake, it's going to be 1. Okay. Now, they're usually going to give you, here's the tool. They're usually going to give you one equation for the weighted amounts or weighed amounts. I think I probably meant weighted there, right? But for the weighted amount, so you're going to have an equation with this, right? And so if you add those costs, remember those are dollars. If you add those together, you're going to get $71, right? So you're typically coming up with one equation that includes the weighted amounts, like the money per item. And then you're going to have another equation that's going to typically include the total number of items. So that's just going to be the H plus C equals 10. So really stop. This is such a typical problem that if this wasn't easy for you, you should really stop and examine this slide because this will absolutely be on there. And so you really need to know how to create a system of equations where you're given kind of these weighted amounts like dollar per hat, right? Or weight of something that varies, whatever it might be, people in a particular group. I've seen where there are, 4-person tents versus like 2-person tenths. I'm saying tenths this way, right? So just different things like that. And then you need to be able to know the total number that you have. And if you're able to then solve this system, again, you could plug it into Desmos if you want using X and Y, or you could just substitute, right? Solve for H perhaps and plug in, or eliminate, and you will get your answers.